Legion, Azrael here, like always, and we got an interview with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. If you don't know who that is, he's the guy that plays the new villain in The Walking Dead. Now, this guy is going to be epic. I'm a huge fan of this guy in general. I don't know why. Just there's something about him that I like. He could be like the next Bond villain, I think. I think he'd be really good at it. He just plays a good... I honestly, I do not know why I like this guy. He seems like an awesome dude. I first found him out in Supernatural way back when. He was the dad of the Winchester brothers. And ever since then, I've seen him on like late night talk show hosts with like Craig Ferguson, or I've seen him here and there. And it's always fun to watch him do an interview, him perform. This will be an interview on Live with Kelly, a Fox, I believe, syndicated show. So all rights reserved to them. Yeah, this is just a morning American TV show. That's all that is. And he's just going to be talking about The Walking Dead and everything that's going on with that. And maybe some other stuff as well. So with that being said, let's just get into it. Check it out. See what it's all about. Let's hope it's good. Why did it do that? Hello? I don't know why it's did that. Well, that's weird. Hello? Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. Okay. I get, whatever. Tabs aren't supposed to come back up. Whatever.
Now, he broke our hearts last season on The Good Wife and went on to play the baddest of all bad guys on The Walking Dead. Please welcome the so sexy Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Maybe that's why I like him so much. He's just so sexy. No, not really. Wow, this is supposed to be the good quality version too. Damn. Well, hopefully it's better for you guys. I might as well just watch it over here. It's so much better. There's Zachary Quinto from Star Trek. I like him too, man. He's a good actor as well.
Oh, hi.
Oh, I know.
So you two know each other.
We do. We've met.
You've not worked together?
No. Do you know that I met you once?
Shut your face.
I'm not going to shut my face.
Okay, tell me.
But your husband was like, I think he saw me sitting there for 8 hours kind of waiting for the whole thing to happen.
Yeah.
And kind of like put me on his wing and like showed me around and introduced
nice
me to
person.
you. And the two of you were like, I don't know if you want to do this.
Yeah, no, we meant it.
Yeah.
Save your career.
By the time that the test happened, I think I was like, I don't want to do this.
It's a morning show, man. He can't swear. He's like, you can't fucking do.
As I was walking out, she was like, please don't swear.
It's okay.
We spent the whole segment talking about 30
It happens. It's okay.
Well, did you get the job? I didn't get the job. You didn't. I'd probably still be there.
What were you screen testing for?
It was like some kind of doctor-y guy or something.
Yeah.
I got that job. I don't remember. But I remember it was kind of a long-term deal and then flying me out to New York. But I was just, you and Mark was so awesome.
Oh, thank you.
And then like a year later, I was like doing Grey's Anatomy. So I guess I'm glad
Come on. You're welcome for the career.
Thank you so much. I owe you, I think.
So, the characters
Cool guy.
you play run the whole gamut of the fiercely charming and dastardly and rotten and terrifying.
A little bit of both, and sometimes...
Well, sometimes...
Yeah, Negan's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
He's a little bit charming and a horrible individual all at once.
All at the same time.
Yeah, all at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's been fun.
Do you feel like people are? I mean, I have this experience having played some pretty psychopathic characters.
You've done that.
I mean, does it affect how people relate to you?
Siler.
Relate to them in the real world? Do you find?
I think that things will shift after the premiere.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like I'm on my...
Oh,
hey.
Some people love you more.
Yeah, maybe. And that person probably needs to have some psychological help. But I think that there's going to be a little bit of a shift. I think I'm on my last legs of decent will, but we'll see. At the same time, you've done these roles. People are drawn to the
they like
darkness.
the dark.
Yeah,
And
they
pain.
like the dark.
They like pain and suffering.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of an escape from, people aren't able to bash
Really
people
hit people with
bats
baseball bats,
in
sure.
real life.
Sure.
So.
You named that bat, right?
Lucille. I mean, yeah.
Oh, the name, you didn't come up with the name. The name was written into the show. I thought you named
the show is based on Robert Kirkman's graphic novels,
Right.
and Negan is obviously a character that was introduced like 5 years ago through the comic books, and this is a guy that has a baseball bat named Lucille, and Lucille was the name of his wife who died, and that's why he named his baseball bat Lucille, which we'll probably find out at some point.
Right.
Unless you read the comic books, then you already know. Yeah.
And you shoot that show in Atlanta.
Golly,
In your leather jacket?
leather from head to toe,
I mean,
leather underwear. It is.
Are you suffering?
It's a lot.
It's a lot,
It's
right?
a lot. I mean, Gatorade all day long.
You don't have to work out ever.
Nah, well, I'm too old for that anyway. That's a lot of work, that whole working out, getting up at 4 in the morning to do. Yeah, it's hot, and I never take off the leather jacket. And I mean, everybody's kind of in the same boat.
Does it, can I ask, does it stink at a certain point?
Oh,
Or
to high heaven.
really?
More than one?
Yeah.
You must have like a rotation of them.
I have a couple coats, but they're
once
by
you
the
like
end
the
of it,
third
yeah, you're
episode,
just
they're all-
drenched anyway.
yeah.
You know, they try to like probably clean them at a certain
Yeah.
point, and then again, maybe not, because I'll be covered with like blood, and they don't wash those pants ever. They're like, I try to get them on the next day. It's just,
You are like in your own gravy.
yes,
Oh,
that's exactly right.
that's gross.
It's like a big thing of soup that I wear.
Wow.
We have to take a commercial break. We're going to find out why you love playing a maniac so much.
All
More
right.
with Jeffrey Dean.
It's gonna go right. Yep, here it is. That commercial break though.
Tell us about that. You play a character called Sam?
Sam, he is a one-man border patrol wrecking machine. This was written by Jonas Cuarón.
I think it's a little different than
co-writer of Gravity.
Walking Dead.
Alfonso Cuarón directed Gravity, obviously, and they role reversed in this one, and Alfonso was our producer, but wrote this movie, and when I read it, initially, it reminded me.
If you're just a fan of Jeffrey Dean, stick around. But
movie Duels, the Steven Spielberg movie, very much a cat and mouse thriller, and this kind of reminded me of that, set on the border of Texas and Mexico.
Wow.
And I play a real, again, not a good guy. Although, depending on where you are in the country and maybe who you're voting for, you might think he's the most awesome guy in the world.
What does he do?
He kills people trying to cross the border. He kind of snaps
there you go.
and starts killing people that are trying to cross over from Mexico. Him and his vicious dog.
I mean, I live in Arizona, so it's
Played by
like
Rocco, man.
people have done that.
The Bronco's sweet. And then Gail Garcia Bernal, who's awesome, plays the other side of this coin. So we shot it. We shot in Baja, Mexico, and for me at that time, I'd been doing kind of a lot of good guy roles. This was pre-Negan,
Right.
you know.
You were still a good wife.
This
Yeah?
is before Good Wife.
You're kidding.
We shot this quite.
I didn't watch Good Wives either.
The movie itself premiered not at Toronto this year, the year before.
Oh my
But
gosh.
what has happened with this political landscape that we find ourselves in, that
Right.
they decided they'd hold it back. And
Besides the whole political aspect of it all, any other scary encounters in the desert?
you know, it was so hot and miserable that nothing could live out where we were shooting.
Right.
I mean, it was just
Well, that's not true.
Not even a snake. I mean, maybe at nighttime, but we didn't shoot very often at night. But I remember when we were in La Paz, which is kind of at the southern tip of Baja, Mexico, and then we would drive every day for 2.5 hours to the location.
Yeah.
But by the way, we could have left the hotel and driven 5 minutes, and it looks the same. I mean, so it was always a mystery to me.
Yeah.
Like, why are we driving
Why are we
2.5
here?
hours to this crazy location when right outside my hotel
Everything is
window
the
looks
desert.
exactly the same?
That's funny.
I mean, it's really interesting. It's kind of where the desert hits the sea where we shot. It was very kind of picturesque, beautiful place, but it was brutal. So then we'd get to the location and we'd have to hike a mile. And I remember me and Gael, like, lugging cables and camera equipment
Oh, you
up
guys
to
were
the
helping
set.
out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, wow.
it was a
A
hardcore.
true collaboration.
Yeah. I mean, a low budget movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know,
Everybody's in it together.
Everybody's
right?
in
Yeah, I was gonna say low budget. I can understand. An actor that's been doing this for years, of course.
Returns October 23rd, and Desierto opens this Friday, October 14th. Make sure you check out Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Coming up, Jennifer Morrison will join us.
All right. I think with the way they edited it, with going into commercial break, there will be no trailer, which kind of sucks. But we'll be checking out trailers anyways. It comes out in 2 days. And like I said in the last thing I did for Walking Dead, I got 9 days to check out the last season. It's only a few episodes and I haven't done it yet. Maybe I'll try to binge it tomorrow, tonight. You know, who knows? Maybe I'll just, I don't know. Maybe I'll just wait for the, like, I was really into it the last time I saw it. I didn't want to miss anything. Now I'm just like, yeah, I mean, I could wait for maybe half of season 7 to be up before I even start. Because, like I said, Walking Dead is one of those shows I just don't want to wait for. I don't want to watch it episode by episode. It's just too much. It's like Game of Thrones. There's just so much going on that I don't want a cliffhanger. I mean, after 2 hours of watching it, I'm like, okay, I can now take a break. I have gotten the necessary, albeit the minimum, Walking Dead awesomeness that I can handle right now. I'm good with this amount, and I could wait till next week. But if I watch like one episode, it's like, bro, like I want to fucking watch it now. All right. As soon as you watch 2 hours, you're like, okay, I can deal. I got my fix. I got my fix. We can go. We can get it. But yeah, man, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. This dude is, I don't know, see, maybe you can understand a little bit better now why I think he's just an awesome dude. I've seen him on a lot, like I said, I watched him on a lot on Late Night with Craig Ferguson, and they were like good friends, and I was like, oh man, he just seems like a really awesome, like down-to-earth guy. I'm all about it, man. It just seems like he's a cool dude, and I think that's why he comes off as a great, an incredible actor, because what we see him on TV right now is just, and he's doing things that, like, I didn't realize he was doing, like, The Good Wife and stuff. I don't watch those shows. So, like, he's doing some other stuff, and he's kind of, like, coming back, it seems like, because after Supernatural, I didn't see him for a long time. And he was doing some movies. He did the movie Possessed, I believe, with the, like I said last time, the daughter that had the fingers coming out of her throat from the inside. That scary movie. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, dude, he's in a freaking movie. Now he's in more of a low-budget movie. Oh, my God. Can you guys imagine hiking a mile and then having to act? Can you imagine that? Because acting is like when you do, it's more involved. But for me, the only way I can understand it is if for me doing a YouTube video and or streaming for like 5 to 12 hours, putting that much energy into an expression, especially on Twitch. When you're streaming on Twitch, when you're live streaming to people, and you have to be energetic, you have to be a certain way, kinda, because you don't want to just sit there and go, mm-hmm. Like part of this reaction where I was really just kind of listening to what they were saying and like, that's really cool. But like on Twitch, you're like, yeah, man, what the fuck? And, you know, you're not adding any, like they're acting. For me, I'm more of just being engaged all the time. That's the difference. He's acting though. He's creating a whole new character and he's playing that character for hours. After hiking, dude, I gotta give it up to the guy because that sounds miserable. Whew, but I mean, if you're like maybe a veteran actor, you'll do things like that, right? You've done everything. You've had your diva moment. You've had craft services write out your trailer. You've gotten specialty orders. People have pampered you and done this, and you have a good life now. So, you know, fuck it. Who cares? Carry some cables. But a low budget movie or being a seasoned actor, you're like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to help them out because that's how things are. A lot of new actors may not do that or want to do that. A newer actor may not have been in this role at all. And that's why maybe he's doing it because he's the one that said, I don't need this huge blockbuster to like survive. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. And so I think that's the difference between people like him and actors. There are people that are good, like Dean over here, and there are just shitty people that want to become so famous and so much money. And that's just kind of how that goes. And with that, I'm just going to get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you like the video, like the content I do on this channel, you can always like, subscribe, or share. Remember, it's completely up to you. I do appreciate it, though. It does help me out. If you want to discuss anything we talked about on this video specifically, or any video on this channel in general, Walking Dead, or games related, or anything like that, you can always leave a comment down below. Love to see and hear all the comments. And, yeah, if you guys have anything you want me to check out that is The Walking Dead, you can always leave a link. Please make it a link. Don't just let me know. Make sure you know what you want and you link it. That way it saves me time and I got the right video. Yeah, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Once again, my name is Azrael, and I'll see you on whatever video I'm doing next. Later, guys.